Alrighty. Memories of Ice. Book 1. The Spark in the Ashes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So, a lot of build-up, right?
As typical Malazan early chapter business. Build-up, set up, new characters, which kind of feel like we may have already lost one of them. And it was one I kind of was growing fond of. Gruntle.
You're growing fond of Gruntle?
I thought I was, but if he's gone, well, then...
Is it because he's always disgruntled?
No, I find that I am, at least so far in this book, anybody who tends to have, like, sarcasm... I said that really weird. They're who I lean to. So, Gruntle, Talk, Harlow. Yeah.
Some good ones.
Yeah.
So, do you want to just talk about character groups in this one, or?
I mean, I guess we kind of just talk about what we can, because...
Well, you want to start with, like, the prologue?
We can.
It was like 300,000 years ago?
It was like 300,000 pages ago, too. I mean, we don't normally, like, focus on it, but I feel like since you want to talk about it, maybe we should focus on it.
Well, it had some elder gods,
3.
a few things going on.
So they had 3 elder gods. I don't remember their names. But if you do, fill it in.
Crow, Draconis, and then they didn't really name the sister.
The ancient one, or something like that, right? I don't know. And then there was the crippled god. I'm assuming that's who they...
The chained one, the crippled god.
Met on the mountain and...
Oh, no. That was Calor.
Calor? Wait a minute, isn't he with... I almost said Coltane. Isn't he with... I'm getting all the names mixed up. Isn't he with...
The warlord, Kaladin Brood?
I was going to say Kaladin, but I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Isn't he with him?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the person that the elder gods met in the prologue was the crippled god.
No.
And they cursed him for like years. And no, he cursed them.
They cursed each other.
It was a mutual curse. I mean, there was cursing all over the place.
Which is a rereader. Beautiful. But...
But yeah, I don't remember much more.
So obviously, the curse worked on Calor's part because he's still alive.
Yes, because they said we want you to just never die.
And suffer, basically.
But is he really? I don't know more about it.
You gotta just keep
it on. That's a lot of keeps. Keep. Oh my gosh. Keeping on. Whatever. Did anything else happen in the prologue?
Kalava.
Who?
Kalava. Tool's sister.
Oh, yeah. She took those little children and put them through what she thought was...
Amtos Falak.
And it turned out it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So then she felt kind of bad. But the children belonged to... Was it a Talanamas? Jagat. She threw them through what she thought was...
Amtos Falak.
Which is a warren of...
Jagat.
Okay. Ugh. And then somebody told her... No. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whatever. That's kind of the prologue.
Yeah. Important for later.
Okay. So try to remember that stuff, I guess. And then we move into the bulk of it, book 1. And I've already mentioned some of the characters that we meet. So you just want to
start with the caravan group?
We can.
Since you like Gruntle?
I like Gruntle. I didn't always like him, but... what do you want to know? What are we talking about? I need some guidance in this conversation because it's been quite some time since I finished reading this section.
Yeah, life got in the way.
You always say that. Let's just be real.
Laziness.
Laziness and life got in the way.
Anyways, so you got his little group with like Stoney and
Harlow.
And then you got the other caravan that's kind of traveling with them with Bouchelin and Corporal Roach.
And that's who Buke eventually works for? Buke, is that his name?
I think so, yeah.
But prior to him, it's only Emancipor Reese, right? Or is he his own?
He's the servant of...
The two.
Yes, with the cat.
The mangy cat. He's the servant of...
Bouchelin and Corporal Roach. Easy to read, hard to pronounce.
And Gruntle, Harlow, and Stoney work for...
Caruli.
Now, are these people that they're working for, like, mages?
You could say that.
Because later on, there's some magery.
Yes. Towards the end of the part, yes.
Right, because they... Yeah. Don't they fight something?
The dinosaurs are sword arms?
Yes! I pictured, like, Power Ranger dino things. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what I picture. Anyways, but they fight them with the help of the three... Why can't I remember anybody? The three Barghest?
Mm-hmm. White-faced Barghest.
Mm-hmm. And it's 2 males and a female.
Mm-hmm.
And she talks about she being...
Hetton,
is that her name?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah.
She talks about how they, like, bury their kin at, like, the base of an upside-down tree or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
weird.
It's weird. So then they're traveling along because apparently they're in their lands.
Mm-hmm.
And the two caravan leaders, the ones I can't pronounce their name, Barchelane or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like they dig up one of these tree things and free the soul of the person that was buried there.
Highly likely, because those two are definitely mages. I will tell you that.
And what's the whole stick stand or stick something? It has to do with the burials. You don't remember.
Just gotta keep going with it.
But he said his stick something returned. So, I don't know. I kind of got confused on all that part, because I didn't know if the digging up was a good thing or a bad thing.
Depends on what side you're on.
Anyway.
Like Bouchelin and Corporal Roach are kind of on their side. Barghest are on their side. You know, it's not exactly the same.
Right. But if they're using it to help them. But they're not really using it to help them and the Barghest. They're doing it for themselves.
Could say that.
Okay. They have their own agenda. Okay. And yeah, apparently the female Barghasts are very much into riding men.
No, I think that's just her.
Oh, you think that's just her? Yeah, well, whatever. She got with Gruntle, and he came out all bruised up and everything. And then I don't think she got with Harlow, because they got interrupted. But Harlow's been jokingly trying to get with Stoney. I don't know if he really wants to, but he's always making comments.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always like, meh. But then she got all pissed off and fired up when he went off with Patan. So fired up that she pulled one of the male Barghasts, and he was just like, Anyways, I thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, what are you doing? You can't get mad about the man getting his? You know?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. That was way off target there. We need to go back now, though, because there's some other people we have to talk about. We've got some...
Who went and talk?
Oh, I was going to say we got some oldies.
Oh, okay.
We got Perrin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Bridge Burners, yes.
The Bridge Burners.
And you also meet new bridge burners.
We meet new ones. And... Okay, so from what I gather, it sounds like, and I may have said something about this back in a couple videos ago, but it kind of sounds like the sides that were enemies have kind of had to temporarily halt their eneminess to take on this Panyan seer.
Mm-hmm. So now they're on the same side.
Right. But it's still like...
There's some roughness.
Because certain people want to get rid of certain people, and other people want to be in charge, and whatnot. And now Animander Rake just showed up out of nowhere. And
like he does.
he tried to take out Silver Fox, who we had met before. I don't think she had a name when we met her before.
Mountain Gardens now.
But she is the combination of Tattersail, Night Chill, and some other. They think maybe Night Chill's partner. What was his name?
One of Bellardan?
I don't know. But anyways. But she's like 11, and every time she grows, her mother, Mybe, ages.
Yeah, it's a very...
vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad. Because...
It's not what you want to see, like, motherhood turned into.
Well, and Silver Fox is... I don't think she knew.
Mm.
And she's been really wanting to grow. Like...
Well, she doesn't think this ancient race is going to listen to a child.
Right. She's about to take over as leader of...
Talanamas.
Mm-hmm. So she needs to grow. And grow quickly.
Which she might not even have control over that herself. It just could be happening.
And that's
because of the circumstances.
Yeah. I wonder if the innards that make her know that she's going to be in charge of the Talanamas. And maybe they're speeding it up. No, like if Tattersail and Night Chill, the personalities that make her.
They know, because they told you in the meeting.
She told them.
Right.
But who told? Was it Tattersail? Was it Night Chill? Do they all know?
It was part of the whole rebirth process. Because she's a bone caster.
Speaking of bone casters and birthing processes, Crump is back! And he's got sweets and crumbs everywhere as he flies through the air from the leg of a table with a painting of a new card from the deck of dragons. It's like the unaligned, and apparently it's Perrin.
Mm-hmm. And he's what?
He's Perrin.
No, I mean, like, what's that signify?
I don't know. Because I was going to say, the whole deck of cards thing kind of confuses me.
Well, he's going to be the master of the deck, remember?
Oh, I thought he was just going to be the master of the unaligned.
No.
The whole thing.
Like, he doesn't... When I say master, I don't mean like he controls everything, but he has some sway.
Oh.
Like, there's decisions later that might not make sense at first, but later on will.
Really? Might not make sense at first? Come on. I don't think that's a might. But yeah, so they're all just kind of getting together trying to figure out what they're going to do as far as this Panyan Seer goes.
Mm-hmm. Which you don't really know a lot about yet.
No. And Perrin learns that his sister Tavor is now the adjunct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he knows the fate of Felison.
How could he?
I think he thinks that Tavor is keeping her safe. Well, there was a whole conversation in there, but I can't recall.
But there's no way for him to know
right
exactly what's going on.
Well, like, he doesn't. Obviously, he doesn't know the whole Shaik thing. But I don't know if he knows that she's not...
Well, he thinks that Tavor's going to take care of her her own way.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm thinking, does he think keep her safe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyways, he knows his sister's now the adjunct to this lady that he's not exactly a fan of.
This lady.
The bag of bones that talks occasionally. I know. So there's like a whole bunch going on. They're like trying to plan this attack, logistics, movement, but then revelations are coming out and about, and then you got this guy over here, Kaylor, trying to take out little Silver Fox over here because he feels threatened, and Kaladin Brood's like, try it, buddy, and I'll take you out, but hello, he can't die, and so, and then you got Perrin falling all over, being possessed and in pain, and
the Hound's blood,
and Quickben's trying to figure out, oh my god, Quickben! He meets the crippled god.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a whole new theme thrown in here. Climate change. Burn is burning. And Quickben knows this. So now, not only does he have to try and figure out what's going on with Perrin and keep the Panya and Seer occupation thing happening, he has to try and save Burn from burning. And
meanwhile, Whiskey Jack's like, what's going on?
And he's like, I can't tell you nothing, man. So...
And Whiskey Jack's like, I know something's going on. You'll tell me when you know, right?
Yeah, so... Poor Quickben. I think him and Calum need to just meet up already and go have a beer, do some chilling out, take a little break.
Kill some people.
I mean, go on a little R&R.
Kill some people.
Yes. But goodness, so Burn is burning, and it's the crippled god's fault. So it seems.
He is poisoning the Warrens with chaos.
I feel like I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
Who is he, and is he actually crippled?
I cannot give you any information.
I know he was in some tent, and like some random guy brought him something after going through the checkpoint that was, what were their two names? Blend and... Picker, yeah.
With the torques.
Yes, I guess. I don't know.
Well, remember he gave them torques? And,
yeah, the arm thing.
And now it's like clamping down.
Suck to her, or because they're hers. Blend and Picker, they're she's, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're she's. They're girls. He ran into them, and he managed to get past them. Because they're bridge burners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then he ended up going and meeting up with the crippled god in some tent. And I don't know what happened.
And now he's crippled.
He ended up being crippled.
That's
outside the tent.
That's the crippled god's love.
Oh yeah, because he was having pain like between his legs. Or it was his legs.
Something like that, yeah.
And so the crippled guy's like, oh, I'll take care of that for you. I'll just take away your legs. But yeah. And he would seem like he was just right around the corner. Or did he have to go through a warren to get to him?
It was a warren.
Okay. Anyways. I see so much is happening.
And none of it makes sense.
And none of it makes sense. And now we're with Talk and Tool.
And Tool is being a freaking badass.
Tool is having a freaking fight every 5 minutes because the Segula are all like wanting to take him out. And Lady Envy and her two dogs, which like have to talk the Segula down. And Talk's just sitting there like, what in the what have I got myself into? And Lady Envy's all flirting with him, and he's all like, I don't know about you.
Well, think about Talk. He knows what Segula are. He knows what a Talana Mass is. And he sees how she is with them. As a mortal.
Well, she hasn't really done anything. She vocalizes her.
But they listen.
She almost sounds like, don't make me turn this car around, kind of, when she's talking to them.
But the fact that they listen, especially to Segula.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Has she really, like, scolded Tool?
Well, Tool,
because
he's cool.
He doesn't instigate the junk.
No, he's just protecting himself, basically.
Yeah. And didn't he take one of them out? Or is it just
Well, one of them,
temporary outing?
the lowest ranked one,
Yeah.
challenged him first.
Uh-huh.
He roughed him up a little bit, couple moves, it was over.
Yeah, but then the high ranked one.
No, the middle ranked one.
Oh, the middle one?
The high ranked one hasn't done anything
Oh,
yet.
yeah, okay.
But the middle ranked one, he had to like break his wrist, break some ribs.
But he's still alive.
With the flat of his blade, yeah, he
Yeah.
hit him.
Okay.
Which, that got the higher ranked one's attention, but then that's when Lady Envy was like, I shall not suffer any more fighting.
Yes.
And all that.
Yeah, don't make me turn this car around. Yeah.
But she is the daughter of Draconis.
Who's one of the elder gods.
It was in the prologue.
And she has a sister, right? Yes.
Don't worry about her yet.
Oh no, I'm just trying to remember. But then that means, if she's the daughter of Draconis, that means the other two are like her aunts or uncles. Aunt or uncle, the other elder gods. Because aren't they siblings, the elder gods?
Not necessarily.
Oh, I thought they were. Because they say brother and sister.
Because they're gods.
Oh.
I think.
Oh.
There's,
Is this like another weird uncle thing? Where they call each other uncle, but they're not actually uncle?
well, I feel like they've known each other so long.
Yeah.
There's like a unit kind of thing. Because even in the prologue, they were elder gods, so they're obviously old.
Yeah.
So,
But like Silver Fox calls Whiskey Jack uncle.
because she has fond memories of him, yes.
But I have fond memories of people, and I don't call them uncle or aunt. That's what I'm saying.
But Silver Fox isn't normal.
Oh, well, that's true. Anyways, so just more setup.
A lot of setup.
Introductions. Confusion. The norm.
So what'd you think of the dinosaurs with sword arms? Besides that.
Interesting. Where do they come from? Because I feel like they were just like out in the middle of this desert. Oh, I don't know if it was a desert, but they were just out in the middle of this open area with the occasional tree, upside down tree. And then they're just chilling by their fire, and all of a sudden these dino sword arm things come along. But the two had already encountered them, I think, at one point, because the carriage got sliced up. Remember, that's Gruntle and them came across. I need to get new names for these people because I can't remember. Barshlane or
Bushlane and Corporal Brooks, yeah.
Came across their carriage, and it was all sliced and diced, and there was like innards in there. So they already met him, I think. And then they came back at night when they were all around the fire. Because they said their little stick friend came back, or whatever it's called. Stick. I don't know.
I don't remember either. Because I finished before you.
I know. But this is your second read, so.
There's certain things that I guess my brain goes, not important to the
Well,
creator
and that's the
aspect.
problem. I don't know what is worth hanging on to and what's not worth hanging on to. So that's why I might bring up some things that people are like, really? That's what you focused on?
But that's the entertaining part. But I'm pretty sure you're going to meet new characters in part 2.
Okay, and what is part 2?
I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. Your bookmark should be there.
2. Oh, yeah. I forgot I have my bookmark in here. Part 2, Book 2, Hearthstone.
I want to say that's Capustan.
That's where they were heading.
No, but I think that's where it starts.
Right. But I think that's where everybody's heading.
Yeah.
Except for
Tool and Talk are going...
They're going somewhere else. But the group of mixed armies, and then...
Gruntle and then... Capustan's kind of important.
Yeah. So we didn't talk about Krupp very much, and we all know I love Krupp.
Literally sitting there, all of a sudden she starts busting up laughing. I'm like, huh?
Yeah. Because he's flying through the air from the leg of a table with a sweet in his mouth. Crumbs getting everywhere. Anyways, he seems to be the salesman for the mysterious, magical, we appear out of nowhere with white stallions caravan. What are they called? Starts with a T.
Trigalia, Trade.
I don't know. But they came in and they saved
Coltane and all them. Or tried to.
Tried to in the last
Give them like water and food and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So he's like their sales rep.
And the little bottle.
Little bottle. Oh yeah, little bottle. Which may contain someone. Anyways. But yeah. So I was happy to see Krupp is back.
I think that's your favorite character.
Well, I do enjoy him. He makes me laugh. But if we're going to go with just who I know now in this section, my favorites would be, like I said, the people who are sarcastic. And then I kind of feel bad for Maibie. Because she... Oh, there was someone else we didn't talk about. I forgot about... I wasn't even thinking about Crone. We forgot about Crone. Crone. I do like Crone, too. But anyways, back to Maibie. I feel bad for her because she just wants to be put out of her misery and nobody will let her die. And
yeah, Corlat's like, no.
Corlat is who I was going to say we did not talk about. She is a representative for an Amanda Rake's world.
Tis handy.
Mm-hmm. So when I picture her... And there's probably a perfectly good description of her in here, and I just threw it out the window. You know who I picture when I picture Corlat? I picture the female gargoyle from Gargoyles, the cartoon. I don't know. She doesn't have a tail, but just kind of that color of skin, the hair, That's what I picture. And I know that's completely not even close, but that's what I'm going with.
I don't know what to say about that. Am I disappointed? Am I proud?
I mean, there are worse things I could picture, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, but yes, so I like her, Maibie, I like Corlat. Crone. She showed some of her mommy side.
With the Maibie.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of see one of the themes of this book is motherhood.
Yeah.
Kind of like a painful theme, but...
It's not like happy motherhood.
Not really, no.
It's like worst case scenario motherhood. So. But yeah. So far, so good. So what? Anything else?
No, I mean, you have any theories of where it's all going?
Capustan.
You're like, that's where I'm staying. That's what I know.
Remember, I've given up on foreshadowing. So, anyways. Alright, so as usual, we rambled our way through it. It's all over the place.
It's Malazan.
It's fitting. And with that, we shall see you next time.
See ya.